Just 3 minutes from the romantic hilltop town of Montaione, famous for its wine, truffles, and timeless Tuscan charm, sits a home that feels straight out of a dream. If you've ever watched Under the Tuscan Sun and imagined yourself living that life, but without the stress of renovating an old farmhouse, this could be the one for you. We're back out in the countryside with our trusted realtors, Gianlucca and Veronica. And when they showed us this home, we knew it was something special. Yes, it's priced a little higher than the homes we typically feature, and sure, we did just release a video with 4 stunning properties in Tuscany, but this one, it truly deserved its own spotlight. With classic architecture and the rare gift of being completely move-in ready, this home offers the best of Tuscany with none of the hassle. Join Julie and I as we take a deeper dive into this beautiful Tuscan house. If you're new to this channel, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs. We're trying to see what it's like to live in different countries, different places, and sharing our experiences and expenses with you, as well as how to live somewhere, and of course, sharing real estate. We have our trusted realtors and professional advisors in many countries. We hope you're going to subscribe and give this video a like and follow along as we share the world and locations with you. So we haven't even walked inside yet. Are you excited to see this?
Just so beautiful and just gorgeous.
To me, I'm thinking if I wanted to live out like some sort of fairy tale movie of living in Tuscany, this property is checking the bells.
Under the Tuscan
boxes,
Sun.
Yes,
Not quite so sunny.
And you're so close to the town. We literally took like a minute to get to the property on the drive from the town, but you're so
close
secluded in the forest here.
Close to Montaione.
Yes, and I'm looking at the building right here behind me, and it has 1887. So, so we're looking at some old property here, and it's breathtaking.
7.5 acres, 4,100 square feet, but it dates back to 1870, and it just is incredible. From the frescoes in the front, beyond. Come and join us. First, we'll take you into, I guess this would be your living space. I mean, look at the beams. They're just incredible. There's just so much detail from the old days, and it's very, very special. We'll lead you into the first floor bathroom. And it's equipped with everything you could need. Some people might look to do a little bit updating, but for the most part, it's really just a special place.
I think part of this home is the historic charm, so yes. I don't know how much you really want to deviate from just the character of it. I mean, yes, you can modernize it, but you're going to see some of these doors as we go by that are just so special in the way that they're constructed and put together. I mean, we're going to come into this bedroom here, but it's hard to just leave this living room so quickly. But
exactly. You have a beautiful wood-burning fireplace, and it is still working.
Yep, and then let's check out this door as we come by. Look at the little spikes on here. I'm just going to step back here and just appreciate the work that's been put into this, the old style. And look at these beams. So this is the first bedroom that we're going to encounter.
If you're like me and you were inspired to visit Tuscany from Under the Tuscan Sun back many, many years ago, this is a dream under the Tuscan sun, and so much natural light can come just in this room alone.
So this can be kind of like an office or an ensuite area for this bedroom that's over here, depending on how you wanted to set it up. I mean, there's just so many options. Yeah, definitely have the nice outside dining space right there. Such a huge piece of property. So much to do and explore here.
It is 3 hectares. 7.5 acres.
Okay. Little closet back in there that was entered over
nice
here.
Storage spot, yes. We'll come into the kitchen again. Another.
As far as the furnishings, we're gonna try to get some information on that, whether or not it comes furnished, or I'm sure everything is negotiable.
Old style Tuscan kitchen with a couple new upgrades.
Yeah, Julie would probably want to do some updating here, but it is definitely functional. Has the
Completely functional. There's even a dishwasher here. But yes, I probably would do a few updates. Again, lots of natural light, and just the old charm of this house is really special.
I mean, just in awe of all of the little things here. You do have to lower your head a little bit coming into this room if you're over about 5'8" or 9", so you don't bump your head.
Yes, another great area for an office. You could make this in a bedroom. Could even be a little sitting room. Again, beautiful natural light, very important. Great details throughout. These beams are gorgeous, but this door is incredible. Look at this.
Yes. It really is a piece of history that you're looking at here. I mean, if you're sitting in California for this price tag, I think you get a shack.
Probably
And
a studio apartment.
here you're in the middle of wine country. Normally I turn off the camera when we're going up the stairs, but you know, there's just things to see along the way. Another little storage building. This property is just stunning also, so it's going to be a nice walk around. If you like to bath by the staircase, you know, it's a great little feature for an exhibitionist like me. So here is the next bedroom.
Beautiful old antique headboard. Again, lots of natural light coming in, which is wonderful.
Look at this huge wardrobe. Nice artwork on here, on these walls. Over to the right, there's that door at the top of the stairs, by the way. That goes into the rental apartment that we'll show you.
Nice bathroom, easy to use. Not any updating needed. Another great bedroom, lots of natural light. Overlooking beautiful green hills, trees.
Yeah, this home needed its own video. We could not do this with the other homes because this is really a feature property. And you know, again, just the price tag, while it's higher than what we put on a lot of our videos, I mean, for what you get, you couldn't touch
4,100 square feet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, really, this home, yes, it's higher than what we are normally going to put on our channel, but we know there's a lot of you out there that are going to maybe be moving from California or New York, and a price tag like this is not going to be a budget breaker, and you can compare how much more you get right here in Italy and Tuscany than what you're going to get in California for this. I mean, this...
And well, and let's talk about the fact that we are just a very short distance from a little city that is famous for truffles.
Yeah, and wine all over the place. I mean, this is, if Napa or here, I'm sorry, I'm going to be buying here is much less expensive and much more authentic. Now, currently this home has a second livable apartment. You have to go out the door and around to the other side of the house. And you can use this as either a rental property or a place for your guests to stay, or a mother-in-law suite. But it's an added feature of this house, and you can always just open that door that goes into this apartment on the upstairs and make this just one complete house and include it within the main living area.
Oh, how cute.
Only one kitchen and bedroom
It's very cute.
with another bathroom.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a nice little sitting area in the fireplace.
It's a large fireplace.
And this is the bathroom.
This is the door we are looking.
Oh, that's very lovely. Cute little studio.
It's beautiful. Look at the door, the paintings on the back of that door.
I know.
Look at there, you got the old spikes on there. Look at that. Such artwork. Now there's a lot of property here with your 7.5 acres or 3 hectares, and there are several different outbuildings that you can do some different things with. So you have this other building, whether it's a warehouse or a storage area, whatever you want, you can always fix this up and maybe make another living accommodation. This is like a storage shed. Obviously, you can do so much with this space.
Can you convert it to a house?
And then
Is that allowable?
got this outside area to hang out and have parties. You have your outside barbecue right over here, outside kitchen. Yeah, this is a house made for entertaining. You don't have a shortage of parking. So you got a ton of land here, and I guess, you know, if you've got dogs, like the guy here's got his dog, you've got a ton of room for your animals to roam. Old trees. Look at these old trees back over here, old oaks, and you got olive trees, you got pine trees, and you know, just looking at your own house is pretty dang awesome.
Yes, it is. Very special property and so much land to just enjoy.
More storage area back in there for gas. And we're going to come up here. There's another little storage area. There's the outside fresco dining section. You got the area up here. And as I mentioned, if you have a dog, you got a great place for a dog. Yeah, all of this is part of the home. Hey, baby. Hello. I'm fairly certain that this area may have been an old outhouse from what I've seen of other old types of buildings where you'd go through the floor and be able to collect from below. But this is now a storage area, and if it was ever an outhouse, which again, I'm not quite certain, that probably was decades and decades ago. Now I have a dog. This would be a fantastic place if we wanted to let Arya just roam around outside, set her up a little place to have shelter.
Yes.
Well, if anybody wants to gift us the money for this house, we will take it. Don't be afraid. Julie and I, of course, have our Facebook group, Expats Slow Travel Nomad Network by Warren and Julie, and we have our website, warrenjulietravel.com, full of information for expats and nomads and resources. So please go over there and check out the website if you haven't already. And don't forget to subscribe. Now, if you're going to make a purchase like this, you're going to want to be smart about how you do these things. First off, when we were buying our first house in Europe, we went to our bank in the United States, which happened to be Chase Bank, and they wanted to charge us almost 5% more than the going exchange rate to do the home purchase. And so at that time, we were looking at about $1.03 for a euro, and they were charging us really about $1.09-ish is what they were asking for the exchange rate. So you know, that's going to be like an extra $5,000 per $100,000 that you're moving. Banks in the U.S. can charge anywhere from 2 to 5%, sometimes higher. So you may not want to do that. As a matter of fact, I would tell you, you don't want to go through a U.S. bank to send your money overseas in euros. Don't do the exchange in to euros from a U.S. bank from dollars to euros. we actually did ours by going to our European bank in Montenegro, and they charged us about a 2.5%. So we cut the cost in half by doing that, but we got smarter since then. So we still overpaid, but that was a much better solution, where we had them transfer dollars from Chase to our bank in Montenegro, and then our bank in Montenegro changed our dollars to euros, and then we gave it to the people that needed it. So we've got a buddy named Jack who works for a currency company that has done over $12 billion of moving money from one country's currency to another country's currency. So you can kind of forego all this bank stuff, and so the fees are much less. So you're looking about a 1% in the fees, but you can also lock in the rate. So let's say today we're at $7.8, I think, for the dollar to the euro. And if you lock in today's rate and while you're waiting for the transaction to happen, it goes to $1.12 or $1.13 for the euro, you're going to have a higher cost. So if you locked in today's rate, you have the comfort of knowing that your budget is set, that you're not going to be charged more than what you were expecting at today's exchange rate. And so a lot of people like that value, because that can save you 5 or 10% depending on the fluctuation from the time you find the house you like to the time you actually get to get the money settled. So locking in the rate is a benefit. However, you do have to keep in mind that if for some reason the exchange rate went the other direction, you locked in your rate, you've got that contract, they bought the currency at that rate, so that's the rate that it is. But you do have that safety hedge. But when you're looking at pulling the trigger on large sums of money, we've had several of our viewers now use Jack. So if you want to contact Jack, just send us an email at warrenjulietravel@gmail.com, because this is going to be your smartest way to move money and save a lot on the exchange rate, especially if you're going from one currency to another currency. If you're doing euro to euro, you go ahead and do it if you're an EU citizen. But if you're coming from the UK, Australia, Canada, the United States, you're going to need to move your money into a different currency, into euro, and this is the way to do it the most cost-effective way. Also, when you're looking at buying properties anywhere in the world, basically, or anywhere in Europe, you're going to need to add on somewhere between 5 to 15% in taxes and fees when you buy a home. So you're going to want to make sure you understand your taxes in that situation before you come. And in Italy, it varies from region to region on your taxes. And we've got a great tax guy, Marco, up in Florence or Florence, that will be glad to talk to you about taxes and your fees with your home, making sure that you're doing everything smart. But if you're doing this as a resident, it's like a 3% tax or something?
Yeah, 3%. So, but you become a tax resident when you are a resident.
And if you're doing it as a non-resident, you have a higher tax that you're going to pay.
9%.
So, so you have to factor these things in. But from a standpoint of what this house goes for and the amount of property you get, this is probably going to be a better value than most states in the United States. And I know we got a lot of people from the Western U.S. that love Tuscany. So if you're coming from California, this could be, in a lot of cases, in some cases, this is going to be your home equity to buy this place. And I hate to say this, but in California, where my sister lives in San Diego, if you're paying $800 some odd thousand for a home, it's a square box, and here you get a lot, and it's elaborate. But even if you're not doing residency, coming here for 6 months, even renting it out while you're not here, coming 90 days in, 90 days out, doing the Schengen shuffle and having your Tuscan dream, definitely this is a fantastic property that I'm salivating over.
Oh, it's beautiful. Privacy just outside of a city.
Yeah, this is a wonderful location. And of course, if you want to buy this property or any of the properties from our previous video here in Italy, and you want to contact our agents, email us at warrenjulietravel@gmail.com. And don't forget to look at all of our videos about real estate in different countries and different locations, including Montenegro. But this home deserved its own video, and that's why we couldn't just put it in with the other. Like the last video, we had 4 homes in the region. This one, was just going to be too much to do in one video. And we know a lot of you are out there looking for homes like in the 100,000 to 200,000 range, or that last video had 100,000 euro homes up to 219,000 euros. So there's something in there for you if you're looking for something in a lower ballpark. So check that video out if you haven't. Don't forget to go to warrenjulietravel.com for international health insurance, and also expat travel resources. So you can also remember to join our Facebook group, Expat Slow Travel Nomad Network by Warren and Julie, and hook up with other expats and nomads that are traveling and get to see what they have to say about different places. So please subscribe, give this video a like, and until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ciao.